Hi, and welcome to the presentation about chemistry at Heriot-Watt. I'm Professor Martin McCustra. I'm the Chair in Chemical Physics at Heriot-Watt University, and I'm the Chemistry Admissions Tutor. And perhaps most importantly, I'm a Heriot-Watt graduate. I obtained my first degree at Heriot-Watt, my PhD at Heriot-Watt, and Heriot-Watt eventually awarded me a DSc after 10 or 15 years of continual research. So, why do you want to study chemistry? Well, chemistry is really the central science. It bridges biology, physics, and engineering. It ties them together. It provides them the materials that they need for further study. I grew up in Falkirk, so I could see the impact of chemistry outside my window at home every day in the petrochemical complex down in Grangemouth. So chemistry is really important for the Scottish economy and for the UK economy, but not just in terms of petrochemicals and pharmaceuticals. The food and drink sector, which is critically important in Scotland, relies on chemistry. And in the present circumstances, of course, chemistry contributes to public health and well-being. Chemistry isn't just a science. As an undergraduate in chemistry, you'll learn a range of transferable skills. Skills that demonstrate your creativity, your numeracy, your ability to think in abstract ways, and how to manage other people. These are crucial skills for graduate careers. If we look at where our graduates actually go, about half of them go on to further education. For a few, that will be postgraduate diplomas and certificates of education in terms of training to be a teacher. For many, it's to do a research degree. And chemistry is one of the few disciplines where a research degree is crucial to your career prospects. About 25% of our graduates go into general chemistry related careers, working at the bench, working in sales, etc. And because chemists are numerate and can solve problems, the financial services industry really likes chemistry graduates. So about 25% of our graduates go into financial services. Chemistry is a regulated profession. It's regulated by the Royal Society of Chemistry. I'm a fellow of the Royal Society of Chemistry and a chartered chemist. The Royal Society of Chemistry runs regular reviews of job satisfaction, security, work-life balance amongst its membership, and generally chemists are satisfied with all of those. As a chemist, a graduate chemist, there are significant rewards financially. Over your career lifetime as a chemist, you'll earn typically 30% more income than any other graduates except those in medicine and law. And if you become a professional chemist, that will add a further 30% to your income. You can see this in the graphic on the right hand side of the screen. Starting salaries are about £33,000. Average salaries about 45,000, 46,000. But for a chartered chemist, the average salary is somewhere around about £60,000 a year. But that varies from sector to sector. If you work in pharma, yes, it will be perhaps around 60,000 a year. But if you're more in bulk chemicals and coatings, it will be somewhat lower. So why would you want to come to Heriot-Watt? Well, Heriot-Watt was established in 1821 as the world's first mechanics institute. It was set up to train the working men and women of Edinburgh in the scientific and technical arts. That makes us the 8th oldest HEI in the UK. We were the first Scottish institution to award advanced qualifications to women. And we were one of only 3 non-university institutions allowed to appoint professors in the late 1800s, early 1900s. And some of those professors are very, very well-known names. Perkin Jr., Kipping, who was responsible for developing silicone rubbers. We also have one of the oldest alumni stations in the UK. So why would you want to study chemistry, particularly at Heriot-Watt? Well, we're a small department and we're very student focused. You won't be a number. We'll consider you as a person. I used to teach at the University of Nottingham. There, the first year entry when I left was approaching nearly 200. There's no way in that environment that the academic staff can get to know every member of the class. And in many of those larger institutions, the university does literally treat you as a number. We won't. That means we're really flexible enough to help you, to tailor your program to suit what you want to get out of it. All our programs are accredited by the RSC, and we have outstanding links to industry. I chair our industrial advisory group, in which leading industrialists in Scotland advise on our training programs and the courses within those programs. Our academic staff have international research profiles, and they'll use that research to inform what they teach you in the advanced aspects of the course, in the advanced chemistry that you'll learn in 4th and 5th year. That's what made us top of the Guardian ranking for chemistry in Scotland. So what programs do we actually offer? Well, we offer the 4-year classic Scottish Bachelor's program, and that's really recommended for those who simply want a good science qualification, who then might want to go into postgraduate education, perhaps changing direction entirely, moving into law or medicine, or even becoming a teacher. We also offer our 5-year MChem program, and that's really what we recommend for those people who want to be a professional chemist. Those people who want to use their chemistry in their careers. To stay on the MChem takes a little bit of effort. We insist that everyone progresses with at least a B grade average, 60% or more. Because we know that if you're not meeting that level, then there's no way you're going to come out at the end with an MChem. I would recommend you in that case to consider moving down to the bachelor's program. Here are our minimum entry requirements as per the university website. We also offer direct entry into year 2. Under those conditions, we'll insist that at A level that you will have chemistry and maths, and at advanced higher you'll have to present chemistry and maths. So here are our 2 programs. Chemistry BSc F100 is the ACAS code. For the MChem it's F101. Now these courses include up to 25% optional material. which allows you to change your learning pathway, to choose what you want to do, to create your own specialization and learn the language of another subject. We offer a number of options in that respect. Our timetable is appropriate for options in computational chemistry, nanoscience, materials, pharmaceutical chemistry, analytical chemistry, process engineering, business and languages. You can change the direction that you want to go by choosing the appropriate 25% optional material. And you can swap around. You might want to start out doing something biological in first year. You find that you don't like that, but you might then want to consider doing something in business and languages. We're flexible. Our third program is only available for MChem, and that's MChem with a placement, F102. You'll spend, in this instance, your fourth year on placement and return to Heriot-Watt for your year 5 to complete your program. Now, there's essentially two types of placement. There's the industrial placement, where you'll be placed in an industrial setting and you'll work on a project related to that company. Alternatively, there are sort of university placements in the US, Australia, France, Spain and Germany, where you'll do a research project. That project will count towards your final marks. As time progresses, there might eventually be other options within that placement portfolio. Again, it's easy to transfer until the end of third year. You're not committing yourself to any of these. In fact, most of these courses, except for example the ones in France, Germany and Spain, you can do any options that you actually like. With the European placements, you'll probably have to do the European language appropriate for that country, at least to a conversational level. So what does our timetable, our structure look like? Well, in year 1, you'll do essentially 2 sets of chemistry modules. The first semester, the second semester. You'll do modules that are essentially theoretical, and you'll do modules where you're applying that chemistry, either in tutorial situations or in the laboratory. We insist that all first year students do maths, and there are 2 versions of that maths course depending on your maths grade. Then you have that 25% of options that you can choose from a wide range that are available. The first year timetable is shown here. This is the old timetable. It is being refined obviously in the light of the COVID situation, but typically you would have 3 lectures a week, a tutorial, a workshop, and a certain amount of practical time. Add to that your maths and biology, if you were doing the biology option, or whatever other option you're doing, you get between 16 and 20 contact hours per week. At the moment, most of those, like every university in the UK, are largely online. Our lab program, however, is face-to-face. Students are attending first year laboratory. Hopefully, with the return to a more traditional teaching situation post-COVID, your timetable will be not dissimilar to this. In terms of assessing those first year modules, the 2 theory modules are considered to cover the entire year. They're said to be synoptic. So there's no formal exam for the first semester course, A second semester course, you will sit an exam in May, which is about 3 hours in length, but you'll also do 30% coursework. The applications modules are 100% coursework. They're continuous assessment only. And that includes, remember, your practical work. For the maths and your options, at the end of each semester, you'll have a 2-hour exam, but during the semester, you'll do coursework. There's always at least 30% coursework in every module that we offer. If we move on to year 2, in year 2 we divide chemistry up into its branches: inorganic, organic and physical. You've got still your 25% of options. You can continue the options you did in the first year, or you might decide to do something else. Third year is pretty much the same. You've got the core chemistry in yellow, you've got the options in pink. So we have a common core to all our degrees: the bachelor's, the MChem and the MChem with placement. And in a sense, you don't have to make the final decision on whether you take the BSc route and exit at the end of year 4, or the MChem route and continue into year 5 until the end of year 3. The key point, however, you have to notice and remember is that you have to maintain a 60% average in core chemistry modules to stay on the MChem. In terms of the second and third year assessment, all the core chemistry modules are synoptic. There's 30% coursework, there's 20% laboratory work, and the balance is your May exam. The options have the standard 30% coursework, 70% exam format, and they will come at the end of each semester. After the chemistry core, then we move in to the final stretch, you could call it. If you're doing the MChem program, or year 4, you will spend doing lectures and you'll sit your final exams. Then you'll do a research project in your final year and graduate. In the bachelor's program, you'll do your final exams in year 4, plus a small project of an appropriate scale, and then graduate. The final exams in year 4 for both BSc and MChem are synoptic. The courses go over the first and second semester, and you'll end up doing 3 final exams of 3 hours each. For the placement program, you'll spend year 4 out in placement. We take the students out on placement very seriously. We take our duty of care very seriously. So you'll be contacted by staff. Academic staff within chemistry may even visit you when you're on placement to see that everything is going well, to talk to your supervisor, to see the environment in which you're working. Once you've spent that year out, you come back, do your final courses and exams, and again a small project which takes you on to graduation. The year 5 exams that the placement students take are synoptic, so the 2 modules stretch over the entire year, and our core chemistry program has final exams of 3 hours, and you'll do 3 of them. So I'm coming to the end. If you've sat through this presentation, I would urge you don't leave with any unanswered questions. Think about the questions you want to ask and feel free to contact the chemistry admissions team. We will help you. That's what we're there to do. Thank you for your time.